there's 1% who watch StarCraft 2. Maybe there's more who watch League of Legends. I mean, there are a lot of professional League of Legends girl players, which I actually find kind of surprising, but at the same time not, because professional players are freaking awesome. They're just as good as men players, if not better, but I'm pretty sure just as good. I mean, but then again, they could be, if not better, like I'm saying. I mean, because what I've noticed is that either you have two kinds of men who are professional gamers. You either have the white knight, and for those of you guys who do not in fact know what white knight means, it's just a guy who tends to just, like, they kiss off to every girl gamer they ever meet, and that's just because, like, I don't know why they do it, but you know, they just tend to do it, and it's like, guys, girl gamers are out here and they want to play to be good. You know, don't be nice to them just because they're women. Be nice to them because they're really freaking good players. And I mean, that's what I try to say is, you know, like, if you're a bad player, you know, you're just a bad player, but there are a lot of good female players, but also there are a lot of bad female players. But you know, I will comment you and base you on your playing and not your gender, and I think that some people will enjoy that, but maybe some people won't. But you know what, you can never really please anyone. It is kind of like being a Republican or a Democrat. I was thinking about this the other day. If you were a Republican, like, party leader person, you will always 50% of the time be wrong. Always. Because 50% of the nation is going to be, you know, Republican. Let's say you come out with this kick-ass bill where everyone wins. Still, 50% of the Republicans are going to be like, well, and that sniffle was on purpose. They're going to be like, well, as they raise their nose to you and say, well, you could have done this, you know. And so no matter what, being a political party member, you will be kind of screwed no matter what. Now, Garen and his entire red team is going to be pushing the middle here, and this turret will go down pretty much no matter what. I don't really think that the green team will be able to deal with it, even with the Baron upgrade that they do in fact have. All they have to do is really come in and just put one single shot onto this turret and it will die, and I think these creeps actually will end up killing it off. And now they're actually going to push in here, and I'm pretty sure that Nocturne will in fact die. Actually, no, he will be pushing back. Kennen actually is going to ulti in here, and I think that Kennen will die extremely quickly, so Kennen will die, and now Garen is going to be ulting as well, and it looks like the entire team here is going to be subject to a very premature and early death. Garen actually does look like he does go down, but the Guardian Shield will in fact keep him alive to survive for another day, so he does stay alive here, but he's desperately trying to kill Nocturne. Alistar does still go down, so now they're going to be pushing back as the red team, saying, you know what, we killed your turret, that is enough, and we also killed Kennen, and Misfortune is going to be focusing down also. She actually does, Nocturne actually does ulti onto Katarina, who will kill Katarina as well as Garen, and I think that Soraka, if she's not careful, will in fact die as well. If Taric can in fact get his ulti off onto her and stun her, but actually no, he is instead opting to kill the turret here, and so now they're probably going to be going for the second turret. They really need to make something happen, and it's kind of a now or never situation. So Taric here will be pushing in. He's going to desperately try to kill Amumu and Soraka, but now they are saying, after we push you away, we're going to desperately try to kill this. Now Amumu is pushing in, and Taric is getting pretty low on the HP. Now, so they will actually take off the second turret, so very good play, and that really will get them back into this game. Soraka is going to be feared, and I think that Soraka may actually die. She does have no more mana to in fact heal, and now Amumu is going to be the last one alive, and Amumu does have Guardian Shield, so that Baron upgrade does in fact make all the difference, and you can see that he almost like one-shots freaking turret, because Nocturne late game when he is ridiculously fed with a 12-2 record is going to be incredibly strong, and I think that when you say Kate So, you probably mean you're winning the game, and you're going to be winning the game at a pretty handy rate. And now Nocturne is pushing it, and with this confidence that they do have, they smell blood, and they're going for the throat of the red player, the red team, the red players, and he actually will be killing off this turret here, and I think that Alistar will actually go down. He may actually go down to the prodding of these two minions, but no, he does not. He does live to fight another day. Now, Nocturne actually did get knocked down, so he will be running back, as well as Taric and Misfortune is what I'm guessing, right in tow. But with that giant push there, they really kind of changed the tide of the game, and that is forcing the red team now to have to focus mainly on this middle lane here, as there is going to be hot pursuit by the Garen player, but Taric does in fact stop him with his stun, but Garen is just sprinting along. But now that his ghost is in fact gone, he will be running slow, and Taric, just for good measure, throws another stun on Garen. So now they're going to be kind of stuck in a situation where they have to kill the super minion, which is what I was saying, is I would want to be a super minion. If I was a minion, I would want to be the super minion, just because I could feel totally raw knowing I could kill an entire 2 lanes of normal minions, no problemo. And now they're going to have to all recall here, and I think they're going to buy a lot of stuff, and I'm sure they're kind of pissed that Galio here is just kind of sitting here with his 9 levels and doing absolutely nothing to help them as a team. But you know what? They are winning a 4v5. They were just losing a second ago, but that's what I was saying. One good counter push or like one good, you know, defense or attack can really change the game in League of Legends, which is why it's so fun. And obviously, he's marking the Nexus, saying, "All right, I think it's time to win. I think it's time to go. Let's just do it." And I think that the red team is going to have to push back here, be a little bit fearful, because if I was the red team, I would be fearful myself. Now, Nocturne's just going to be grabbing all of this creep here. He's just going to kill the entire creep, kill everything in his freaking path. And now Taric and Kennen are both going to be sitting here, just killing the wolves, killing everything. Nocturne's going to be recalling, it looks like. And I think that is GG. Misfortune's buying some more stuff, and I think that they're just kind of saving up for the inevitable last push that will in fact come. Now, if we go to the item tab, you can see that Taric ended up going for Morello's Evil Tomb, Mercury Treads, Abyssal Scepter, Rod of the Ages, and Sapphire Crystal, whereas Misfortune went for Pickaxe, Ioni, Boots of Lucidity, the Bloodthirster, Frozen Mallet, Infinity's Edge, and Recurve Bow, while Nocturne went for Guardian Angel, Black Cleaver, Frozen Mallet, Bloodthirster, Infinity's Edge, and Berserker Greaves. So you are going to be seeing a lot of stuff, and if you guys didn't hear that vibrations, it was in fact because I got a text message, probably my girlfriend, saying that she's kind of pissed off that I have not messaged her back for an hour. But you know what, I just have to tell her I'm sorry. I was being epic, and epically it was happening. Now Nocturne is saying they're going for Barons, so we really need to push in here, because if we can get Barons, we will end the game with a final push. And he's probably saying that in Sweden, in the fact of Keitazo. And now you can see they're actually going to be trying to focus down Baron. They just want to see how much HP Baron does in fact have left on him. Now Amumu is going to be pushing in here, and Amumu does get stunned, so that is a little bit of a struggle for the red team. And now the green team is just going to continually be pushing in here. They're going to just kind of kill all of the creep here, try to desperately do what they can to prevent the red team from having any sort of an advantage whatsoever. And now he's going to just kind of, I think this is going to be the final push in just a second here, after Baron does in fact go down, and they really just kind of need to grab Baron, make something happen here. And Garen is in these bushes right here, so he does see them. And now Garen's going to die, and Alistar will die, and I think that we're going to see the final push here. Katarina will go down relatively quickly. He's not going to expect smartly so he can go down, but actually he does die. So now it's just Kennen and Taric and Misfortune. So Misfortune does smartly flash out of there, while Kennen is trying to absorb all of the damage to in fact die. But now she flashes out as well as E. Now Taric really needs to run away, and Misfortune does die. So we actually may see a counter push that will end the game here, because Taric really needs to stay alive, and Kennen needs to stay alive as well. And I think that this is G freaking G, because it looks like Taric will in fact die here, as well as Kennen. And actually no, it looks like they managed to stay alive, so they will be able to protect this tower as well as they possibly can. And finally, the Nocturne that we are in fact viewing as will finally view this battle. And you can see that Amumu's taking a lot of damage, so they will actually hold off this push with a very, very strong, very actually kind of convincing battle. You can see Taric's actually running around the turret there. That's a very, very smart thing to do. And you can see that the enemy's inhibitor is going to respawn soon. And I think that the red player is going to be a little bit at a disadvantage, especially because you can see that he's pinging like crazy, because this is going to actually be, I think, the push that's going to end it all, but I'm not entirely sure, because actually it looks like it is not. This minion here will in fact die, as well as Katarina and Garen. So Nocturne is going to be going over here, is going to try to get Barons, because he really wants to prevent the enemy team from getting Barons, because if the enemy team gets Barons, it is pretty much an automatic GG. And I think that if they do win this, the other team is going to be a little bit flustered, because they did in fact just lose to a 4v5. And I think that a lot of it is in fact Morlam, the Nocturne, who is in fact being the internal nightmare of the red team, just kind of haunting their dreams, as they have to realize that this guy is destroying them. He is kind of the MVP of this battle, but that's not to take away from the other players here on the green team, who are also doing an incredible job. Now they're going to be focusing down Baron here, but Alistar's going to run in. Alistar's going to probably definitely try to take Baron from them, and it'll just be kind of a luck of the draw, but it will most likely go to the green team. And you can actually see if they go to the green team, so they're going to have a huge advantage. Actually, there is an ulti here, but the ulti not Misfortune now, so very good play by Alistar. Now Amumu's gonna try to run away, and it looks like actually the green team is gonna get a pretty acute disadvantage here. They're going to die. Taric is definitely going to go down. Amumu may actually go down as well, so we shall see. But Taric actually looks like he does run out, but there's gonna be a flash by Katarina, so we shall see if Taric gets out. Almost jukes out Katarina. Does in fact throw a stun down on Katarina. Now Nocturne tried to ulti there, and I think Taric should have came back to see it, but now Nocturne really needs to be careful here to not in fact die, and I think he will actually go down yet again. So there goes Nocturne. See you later, buddy. He is slowly slipping away from this game. That was kind of a big blunder, and now he's just kind of pinging for the heck of it. Why the heck not? Now Katarina's going to be very low in HP, but she knows that there's going to be Taric Misfortune, and I think Kennen died as well. No, Kennen is in fact still alive. Galio's still sitting at the base here. A freaking level 10. He's almost just level 18 just from the Dragon and the Barons alone. This has been an extremely epic game with extremely back and forth action, but I think eventually this game will have to finally come down to one final push by one team or the other, and then it'll end with a final epic battle. Now what I'm starting to notice is that even though the units you cannot see their health bar, you can still see when they in fact die and stuff like that. Now Kennen's going to be sitting here, and he really wants to prevent any sort of push. Now Katarina does go down, and Katarina is the main DPS for the red team, so losing Katarina is a pretty big deal considering that they have two tanks. They have Garen and Amumu. Now Amumu is building actually Amumu is built, yeah, so Amumu is building tank, and I think that Garen is building, what's Garen building? Let's look. Garen's building attack damage. So Garen and Amumu. So Garen's building attack damage, but Garen doesn't do very much damage. He's more of a natural tank late game. He's kind of like Dr. Mundo in the sense that he does lose health for his spells. He actually does not have mana. So I see a lot of people try to stack health on Garen at the very low levels, but that really just is not effective. Now for whatever reason, he's just glowing. He has so he bought 3 elixirs. So I think he's looking to win with this push, and I think his team really needs to back him up. They're actually going to be flanking here. So very smart play now. So they're just waiting for Soraka to run up here, and now that she does do that, Amumu is definitely going to be going down here, as well as Soraka. It looks like that she's very difficult. Like Soraka at just the perfect time, but Soraka's taking a lot of damage from Misfortune. Stuns here, and the Hourglass does in fact try to delay the inevitable, but now with 3 players down, I think that they will finally make the final push here, and they're just going to wait for Garen to come back alive. And Garen almost gets away. Will he get away? No, he will not, because Misfortune will in fact kill him. And so now that they're going to push in here, they're going to kill this final they're going to kill this inhibitor, and then they are going to push in, kill this turret, and finally win the frickin' game, because there's really nothing that Katarina and Alistar can do to hold this off. I mean, there's absolutely nothing, in my opinion, that they can really do. You can see how fast that does in fact go down. Now they just need to be careful to kill Katarina as fast as possible. Nocturne is instead opting to say, you know what, I'm just going to go directly for the gold and try to knock down this Nexus, and I think he will in fact do it. And there is the GG from Soraka, and I think that is game over. Taric saying bad game, noobs, and you know, a little bit of BM at the end of the game, but they did win a very hard-earned victory. This is very easy AI. Hoping you guys enjoyed this cast. I'm gonna need to go and be put into the emergency hospital for a lack of oxygen. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this cast, because I certainly enjoyed it. This is very easy AI signing out. Hope you guys have a pleasant today and an even better tomorrow.